What's going on, everyone? My name is Eric Piccioni. I'm making this video for two reasons. One, for my future self, to remember where my mindset was at this point in time in my life and my family, but also to help others give a different perspective and really just a different way of thinking in terms of what it means to reach financial freedom or all the steps along the way, because a lot of people skip all the things that they did along the way to really get to a good place financially. And I wanted to be able to record my thoughts, my process on a month-to-month basis, and as I go through the path to financial freedom, in hopes of inspiring others and giving people a different way of looking at what it means to get there. So I always told myself I wouldn't make these kind of videos because I didn't like the fact that people have all these like high production value videos, but at the end of the day, I have the equipment, I have the camera, I have the microphones. I got this for like 25 bucks, by the way. I got it recently. I have this one, but I don't want to hook that up right now because I need to hook it up to my computer. I'm letting it charge, and there's a whole thing I don't want to get into. Anyway, this is the month of October 2023 update. I'm going to go through a couple quick things, give you an idea of where we're at in life, what we're doing, and my mindset for the month of October and things that we did. So first thing, going to Russia was a really fun time. Loved it. We went for 2 weeks, or I did at least. I went for the middle of October until the end. Loved every single second of it. I went with my wife, my daughter, and we went to see her family. That was a big reason to go, was to see family. And we went for, well, she's still there. She's going to be back in like a couple days. But the trip was amazing. We brought 3,500 bucks. We probably spent maybe 2,000 of it going and doing everything we could possibly do. We went to St. Petersburg. We went to Moscow. We went out all the time just to go eat in different places. We bought all sorts of groceries, and it was great. Just for reference, we went to do a lot of things that we couldn't do in America, like going to the dentist, medical exams, and all the checkups, heart tests, EKGs, all of it. I got my teeth fixed there. I think it was $100 for everything that I needed to do medical-wise, my teeth and heart examinations, testosterone tests, all of it was like $150. The dental exam to fix two of my teeth that were going and turning yellow because of my casings or my fillers that were turning yellow. They were like 6 years old. So 2 fillers and a lot of medical examinations. I've made a lot of videos of those as well. You can check out my channel for those, but I loved it. It was a great trip. Really enjoyed the time there, and I would definitely go. And we're actually planning on living there long term in the future. As far as when specifically, no idea. But in 2024, that would be amazing if we could do that, because financially it would allow us to free up a lot more cash to be much more aggressive with our investments in the future. Because right now we might be able to save $3,000 to maybe $4,000 a month, and that's me doing as well as I can possibly do in my sales job where I make commissions only. Whereas if we take that exact same income, we'll save like $6,000 to $10,000 a month on a consistent basis, and that's going to be amazing. So that would allow us to be a lot more aggressive, be able to buy more investments, and continue to grow this snowball that we're building much quicker than we could ever do in the States. So that's going to be interesting. Really pumped about that, and I think if we want to win the game, we're going to have to change the rules, and that's how we're going to do it. Luckily, we are able to live with or be around people that are family, in another country, and I live and I'm married to someone that speaks a foreign language, which makes things a shit ton easier. So that's great. I sold my Amazon FBA account. I've had that account for just about 7 years now. I had it because I wanted to build a business online, and I did that, and I stopped it, and I did it, and I stopped it for years. I would like sell something for a year, do really well, and then I would take that money and invest it in something else and rinse and repeat. And it was just a stupid cycle where I would just constantly use the money that I made to like pay for something like a course or some kind of investment, and it would never really turn into anything great. So I built up enough tenure. I was ungated in a lot of product brands. So, that's great. But I just didn't really feel like wanting that mental burden anymore of like, it's $35 a month to keep a Amazon seller account, and I didn't use the account as much as I wanted to. So I just wanted to clear up that mental space. So I just sold it, got rid of it, and on to bigger and better things now. So that way we are able to, again, just at this point in our journey, we're trying to free up capital by selling other things that haven't worked out business-wise, or maybe just get more funding so that we can be more aggressive in the future when the time comes. As far as when, no idea, but that's where we're at. We also paid off the vending loan. We did that like right around September, but just reiterating the goal at this point is to pay off the HVAC loan as well as the HELOC. We have about a 10 grand balance left for the HVAC that we financed about a year ago now. And thinking back in time, it was the best decision at the moment, because we didn't have 10 grand lying around, and nor did I want to pay 10 grand out of pocket to get an HVAC for this new house that we live in. So the best option was to just get one, because we also rent out the unit downstairs. And the last thing that I want is in the dead of winter in Cincinnati for the HVAC, or the air conditioning and heating unit for the entire house to go out. And then here we are, both upstairs and downstairs units are freezing. Not a fun time. It was like 6 or 7 years old, so it wasn't necessarily at the point of the edge of when it needs to be replaced. But in my opinion, and where I was and where we were at, it definitely made the most sense to get rid of it. So be gone, HVAC. And now we're in a place where we're very close to being confident enough to pay it off. We could technically pay it off today, but we don't have the other rental unit in Houston rented out yet. It's currently vacant. It's been vacant for like a month, maybe 2 months now. So I don't want to make any crazy decisions and say, oh, let's just pay off one of our debts. And then here we are with an added, $1,500 in monthly expenses per month added into that mix. So I'd rather wait until we know that rental unit is covered. Once that's covered and rented, then we can be a little bit more aggressive with our plays. And again, the first thing that we would do is pay off the HVAC, which is about $10K in remaining balance. And the HELOC that we have is around $17K, something like this, something in that range. So that'll be the next play is in my financial plan is if we have double the amount of the debt, whatever that is, that's an amount that I'm confident enough to pay it off with. So for example, if we have 20 grand, we'll pay off the HVAC with the 10 grand, right? And HELOC will be a little bit different because we'll have more cash flow to work with, and we can maybe pay it off once we have 25 grand or 27 grand, right? Something like that. So at this point, it's really just a matter of having our head down, grinding away, and really being aggressive in our day-to-day, like our work, and just earn as much as we possibly can. So to me, that means putting out more content, putting out more videos, putting out more blogs, and just trying to do what I can to be out there more and be more omnipresent. That's the word. Be more omnipresent in what I do. So a lot more Financial Freedom in Me content, but specifically higher quality content. And I definitely want to put out more quality Kickers of Earth content, which is my sports brand. I think this is the first time that I've ever said the brand online. That is the channel that I run, but you've likely seen that already if you've checked out my other social medias as well. I am in the middle or contemplating finalizing what it looks like to build out a course for my sports brand, to build out a course material around the educational parts of the football space, and trying to figure out what that does or what that would look like, because I've already made hundreds of YouTube videos, so I'm not even sure if it would be enough value to do one, but I know how I would go about it and the process that I would do there. But we're still, I'm still kind of weighing on that. That's one of the reasons that I got this guy, because the other microphone that I had was a lot more complicated, a lot of batteries involved, and I just wanted something that I could plug and play and just rock and roll with. So this is amazing. It's chargeable by USB cord, and you just turn it on, you turn the adapter on the camera on, and it's ready to go. comes in this little nifty box. There's like a lot of other adapters and microphones that I can use. And it's just for the price, for 25, 30 bucks, you can't beat it. And that's really it. I mean, the last thing that I have is really just not necessarily, when I say more content, I'm talking about more high quality content. I want to be able to put out videos that encompass a large topic, trip to Russia. Instead of me putting out 50 videos, I would rather put out maybe 5 videos or 2 videos that cover a lot of topics. And then within that, you have shorts that can be distributed accordingly to catch or cast a wider net to come in, if that makes sense. But the same thing with the sports brand. But I really do want to pay more attention to this channel because I think it can impact a lot of people for the better. So I really wanted to make sure that I can take responsibility for the growth of this account. And just the only thing that matters at this current stage is really just making the most valuable pieces of content possible and try to be this true, authentic person instead of trying to be this fake personality. So hopefully that makes sense. I appreciate you watching. Thank you so much for the support. And I'm really excited to see what the future looks like with this channel, with the business, with the life that we're living, and just see where we're at in the future. So thank you so much for watching. God bless. Stay tuned.